Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And in this video, I wanted to address something that's been on my mind for some time. As many of you know, if you've watched the comparison on the unlimited plans yesterday, I knew about the pricing for a few weeks now. And I saw some comments where people were saying taxes and fees are included, which I know for T-Mobile. And then a few people made some other points. And if that gives you justification to stay with T-Mobile, that's fine. And I know that some of you guys are still on T-Mobile's promotional offering and some other perks that, T-Mobile has given out over the years. But my point is, with the pricing as it is now, I don't care if you include the taxes and fees or the perks, the pricing is in line with AT&T and Verizon. No matter how you flip it, it's in line. If it's $20 to $40 more to be on AT&T and Verizon, a larger network, a better network, then so be it, in my opinion. I use all networks, so there's no unbiased here. I have a T-Mobile line, as you know, so I track the networks and I use them all over the years. I've used them all. If some of you guys have been following me from the beginning, that's why I make the videos the way I make them. I want them to be raw, unedited. I don't want to claim any sponsorships, any partnerships with the carriers. This is just, a straight up, real, raw, unedited consumer that wants to let you guys know about the industry and keep you guys up to date. And at this point, by the way, this article is older. I know. I just wanted to use this article because it kind of fits with the Uncarrier thing that I'm talking about today. And what I'm going to put in the title, some people are going to disagree, some people are going to be for it, but I'm going to put in the title, is the Uncarrier BS over officially? And the reason I say that is because Verizon and AT&T have put their pricing and perks in line with T-Mobile. We now have unlimited, which, I got to give T-Mobile that credit. Because of T-Mobile is why we have the plans that we have today. But T-Mobile still continuing with the Uncarrier movement based on AT&T and Verizon having the plans that are in line is why I say the Uncarrier BS is over. And will it get better with the new T-Mobile after the merger? Who knows? But the name of the game in business is money. And it's going to be hard for T-Mobile to keep undercutting their ARPU when they have such a larger company at this point. And then they're taking in all of Sprint's debt at that point, which is over 30-something plus billion. So the ARPU is the average price per customer. And it just, as the new T-Mobile, it just can't stay lower because they have so much at that point that they have to pay. They gotta pay off the debt. They got to pay off the network, the contractors. So there's so much that they have to pay and invest that at some point the investors are going to ask for more profit. And I think that's why they put Mike Sievert in that position, because they said it in the earnings call. John just didn't fit what they were trying to do with the company, with the new T-Mobile. So, and like I said, some of you are going to disagree, which is fine, 100%. I don't mind at all. If some of you find a justification to stay with T-Mobile, that's fine too. But the taxes and fees included and stuff, I just don't think that that's enough anymore. Like I said yesterday, the pricing is exactly the same. Before you look at taxes and fees and all that, the pricing for 4 or 5 lines, I don't remember correctly, is exactly the same with AT&T and T-Mobile. Now, after fees, and then, if you include the phone payments and all that stuff, it could be different either way you look at it. But if we're just talking strictly plans, and, if we do include the fees that you do get with AT&T, depending on state, it could be let's just say $20 to $30 more. For $20 to $30 more, in many cases, you're going to be on a bigger network and a better network. It's almost like, going from a Ford to a BMW for $20 to $40 more. Now, of course, in some areas that may not be the case. It is market dependent, and even within the market, on the east side or west side of town, the networks could be completely different. And I know that because it happens here. But if we're talking on an overall scale, percentage wise, you're going to have on a nationwide scale, you're predicted to have better service wherever you go with AT&T compared to T-Mobile. And then that percentage even goes up with Verizon against AT&T and T-Mobile. And that's just those are just the facts right now. You're more likely to have service, you know, if we're looking at the geographical footprint of the US with AT&T than you do with T-Mobile, and Verizon, you know, gets over that hump even better against AT&T and T-Mobile at this point. AT&T is investing heavily to catch up. They are behind Verizon, but over time they will get closer and closer. But of course, Verizon is also expanding on their end. And T-Mobile right now, as it stands, they just don't have the resources to catch up to that. And that's why I wanted to say that from a consumer perspective, because T-Mobile, with their marketing genius, how they have been for all these years, they will make you believe that they are on track or on par with the big two, but that just isn't the case. And that gap just got wider when AT&T inherited that FirstNet contract and they started throwing money towards that. So their expansion has been, you know, huge compared to what T-Mobile has been able to do with that $5 to $6 billion that they invest on a yearly basis. So again, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this. Some may say, you know, that's right, for that amount more, I could potentially be on a better network, and that's just not AT&T. You know, although Verizon now is more expensive, if you look at the overall picture, like I said, always look at the overall picture. If you have 4 or 5 lines and you want 1080p on Verizon and you want 5G access after the fee gets implemented, that's an extra $20 per line on top of the pricing that you already pay. So Verizon effectively is the most expensive carrier in the United States as of 2019. Verizon, well, November 2019, Verizon is now the most expensive carrier in the United States. Do you pay for what you get? Yeah, you can make that argument, but AT&T, including the 5G pricing in their plan and including 4K streaming, well, 1080p, depending on what device you have, I think is a big step in the right direction for them. So again, leave all your comments in the comment section down below. Even if you're a T-Mobile customer, you can say, look, T-Mobile works great in my area, but yes, I think the Un-carrier BS is over as well. You can leave all that in the comment section down below. I'm sure it'll be very interesting. I've been reading all the comments, a lot of good commentary going on in the comment section. But like I said, from a consumer perspective, we just have to, this is more of an eye-opener and saying, look, the Un-carrier BS is over. We got to now look at the overall picture on where this is going. And I'm not telling you, if T-Mobile works great in your area, you know, go ahead and keep it. That's fine. But I'm just saying, on a percentile scale, on a geographical footprint, you're more likely to have better service using AT&T and Verizon for pricing that is now in line. And like I said, again, just to clarify it, I know some of you have promotional offerings. I've seen people that say I have 8 lines with T-Mobile paying $90 a month. And that's fine. That's probably a very good justification to stay with them, because you're not going to get that pricing anymore. But again, like I said, I'm talking from now on. If you are a brand new customer switching over, unless you're getting a deal on a tablet, a phone, or smartwatch, the pricing is now in line with the big two. I'm not saying it's the same. I'm not saying, you know, it's exactly the same price, but it is in line. It's not that far apart. So definitely stay tuned to the channel. Lots more content coming. Like, share, subscribe if you're new to the channel and you want to take part in the comment section. All the feedback and information is always needed. So hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload content like this. Also, follow all of the Tech Life social media outlets for more updates. And this is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.